Hello, welcome to Judicial Justice. If you missed the first informational meeting of Judicial Justice, we are a nonprofit organization and we're here to teach you about the law and other things. This is just a brief overview of the first informational meeting and the PowerPoint we went over. Our mission is we strive to inform ourselves and others, practice and understand law and legal processes to help the progression of our community and ourselves. This just means that we'll learn about law and apply it to real life situationships for good. So if we learn about something, we're going to actively apply it in our daily lives. And that's what law is all about to me. So I'm glad I get to do that with you guys. What we'll do is to achieve our mission of understanding legal processes, we will do lessons on how to act in a courtroom, what to do if you get arrested or end up in a court of law, and apply it by going and participating in court watching. Court watching is when you go into a court and you sit as a member of the press and you just view the court. It's in the name. And we will do this by going over court processes, like what lawyers do and what witnesses do in a court, and all the little loopholes and how cases work, and go court watching and actively go see it. So we will also learn what rights apply to us as citizens of Florida and use our skills to accurately decipher loopholes and students in the law. My favorite thing about law is loopholes. That's what got me into law, and that's my favorite thing about law. So, trying to find loopholes is basically what people do. It's the best part about law for me. And that doesn't mean we get to use the loopholes against us. It just means that we find a way to do things without getting in trouble. And to a lot of people, that sounds really fun, but we also have to take it seriously. So, we'll be learning how to do that. What you will get. So, obviously, education. The first thing you can get from judicial justice is the preoccupation and citizens' right knowledge that you need to have to be a good citizen and future legal analyst. Obviously, not all of us want to be a legal analyst, but jobs going into crime, police, going into forensics, all need to have good legal analysis skills. So, we'll be getting that. Volunteer hours. I will explain a bit more in the next slide, but you can and will, if you want, get volunteer hours. Some of you guys don't need it, and some of you want to apply for Right Futures, college, stuff like that. And this is a great way to learn your rights and learn about stuff and get a lot of information about your future career if you want to by getting volunteer hours. So you will actually get to experience a real court case. Depending on what we do, we will be watching a real court case or observing teen court. So that is the funnest part and quite literally the part that I feel like everybody wants to go see. And that will be our little field trip. And I'm sure we'll do it a few times, but we'll have to work out dates for that. And also, doing nonprofits and stuff is a mean extracurricular for college applications. Colleges love to see member working for or founder of a nonprofit. So the first people who come on to judicial justice will be named a founder because you guys are the baseline, the founders, the ones that help the nonprofit strive. And that is really, really, really great. And working for gets your volunteer hours, and you also get the help in the community. And most Ivy League applicants have experiences in nonprofits, either created ones, joined one, or worked for one, volunteer. The way that you get your volunteer hours is by doing nonprofit organizations. So I feel like that will be a very great thing. And we have volunteer sheets if you see in the upper right left, right, right, the upper right corner. Um, those will be given out once people join in. And if you joined the live informational sessions, you will get volunteer hours for doing the informational sessions, but only if you decide to join Judicial Justice today. Any additional information is our nonprofit standing. So we haven't legally registered as a nonprofit yet, but once we do, we will be able to hand out volunteer hours. It doesn't hinder anything from us besides the fact that we want to give out volunteer hours. So we can still participate in those things and I can recuperate those hours into volunteer hours after. So Everybody will be getting volunteer sheet and everybody can if they want to. You don't have to. But once we get our process out of the way, obviously there's a lot of things we have to do to become a nonprofit. We will be able to hand out volunteer hours, which is really great. But as of now, not yet. It will be soon. And dates and schedule times, I have no idea what people's schedules are, but I'm hoping to have online meetings and in-person meetings. The in-person meetings would likely be in Sarasota, Manatee, something like that, public libraries, public places, and I'll talk about that in a second. Um, Depending on what you want to do for the nonprofit, you will have different volunteer hours. So social media people will obviously do social media. You don't have to have social media to do this. That's a question that I got. You don't have to have social media to do this. You just have to come up with accurate ways to portray the company, the nonprofit in the media. So you gotta find ways. Social media could be articles, social media could be website, social media could be TikTok, Instagram, all these fun things, editing YouTube videos. They could all be those if they base on our values. If making PowerPoints is a thing, writing articles for newspapers, and you will get volunteer hours based on how much effort and how much time you spent putting trust on you to do your volunteer work. So if you spent 2 hours writing an article and publishing it, obviously, and publishing, no, no, no. If you spent 2 hours writing an article that gets published about us, then I'll give you 2 hours of the volunteer hours. It's what you do for the nonprofit that really matters. Not that you're in it, not that it matters, but not as much as helping Will with if you want to get volunteer hours. If you want to be a member, that's completely fine. There's a lot of work being a member in general because you have to show up to every meeting and then you have to comprehend everything and then you just have to be active and that will get you volunteer hours by yourself. And if you want to be a founder, board of director, those are direct positions. Even if you are a founder of the nonprofit, you still will have to be chosen, apply for this position because it's very high ranking. I can't just give it out to anybody. You would be managing lessons, coordinating meeting places, and having extensive law knowledge. And hopefully, some people will want to do that because it will give volunteer hours based on how long you spent looking for a good location for us to meet up, how long you spent making lessons, which can be a long time, which is really good if you want more volunteer hours. And having law knowledge can just cement your place into your position. And the last thing is marketing. So anybody who wants to be in marketing can be in charge of posters. You can also help directly with the social media team if you want to do things that aren't social media related. Like if you're looking, hey, this design looks so nice. Can you confirm this for me? Would this look good? Would this appeal to a certain audience? Do you know your audience? Um, if you wanted to do a website, because I have a website that I'm trying to build, but if people want to help on that kind of website stuff, then you can build a website, you can do all these things, you can recruit people. Say that you recruited 5 people, not like an MLM, but like if you recruited 5 people, then I'll give you, I'd say 5, 10 minutes each to do that. I'll give you like 45, 30 minutes of volunteer hours based on how long you spent doing that. So that is basically it. Um, Judicial justice really helps. And if you want to learn more about your rights, if you want to learn all about this, I would strongly encourage to fill out the application and the link in the bio, the description. The description will have all the things you need to join. Um, in the comments, I would love to hear some things about what dates you want to do, that kind of stuff. Personal business emails down there, and this is the channel, this is the recording. So, thank you.